Immigrants. What's the most dehumanizing thing someone has done to you? I was 9 when my mom finally got her green card. I was born here in Arizona, so I was already a citizen, but she wasn't. We lived in this tiny apartment near Tucson. She cleaned houses 6 days a week. I'd go with her sometimes after school and do my homework in strangers' living rooms while she scrubbed their toilets. For my 10th birthday, she wanted to do something special. She saved up for 3 months, skipped buying herself new shoes even though hers had holes. She rented a spot at the public park, the one with the good playground. She even hired this clown who spoke Spanish and got me a huge sheet cake from the Mexican bakery with my name on it. Feliz cumpleaños Luisito, in bright blue frosting. We got there early on Saturday morning, set up folding tables, tied balloons everywhere, hung up a Spider-Man piñata she'd made herself out of newspaper and paint. She made little candy bags for all the kids. I'd invited my whole 4th grade class, 22 kids. They started showing up around noon. Most of them were white kids from the nicer part of town. At first, everything seemed okay. Kids were running around. The clown was making balloon animals. My mom was smiling so big. I hadn't seen her that happy in forever. But I noticed some of the parents weren't sitting down. They were standing in this cluster by the parking lot, looking over at us and whispering. One mom kept staring at the food table like it was going to attack her. Then this lady in yoga pants walked over to my mom. "Excuse me, are you catering from a licensed company? I have to be careful what my daughter eats." My mom's English wasn't perfect, but she understood. "I make myself, is safe, very clean." The lady made this face and walked away fast. Another mom came up and pointed at the piñata. "That looks kind of aggressive, don't you think?" My son's sensitive. She actually laughed and said something about gangs to the other parents. A dad grabbed his kid by the arm. "We're not eating anything from strangers, okay? Let's just stay for a few minutes." His son was my friend Brandon. We sat together at lunch. Brandon looked embarrassed but followed his dad. Within like 30 minutes, half the kids were gone. Parents kept making excuses. "Oh, we forgot about soccer practice. My daughter's feeling sick." They'd take their kid and leave. Some didn't even say bye. Then this one mom, she was loud about it. She walked right up to my mom and said, "Is there even a permit for this event? Because I'm pretty sure you need one." My mom pulled out the paper from her purse. She'd gotten it from the city office 2 weeks before, paid $30 for it. The lady barely looked at it. "Well, I'm still uncomfortable," she said. Then she walked away talking on her phone. 10 minutes later, a cop showed up. A neighbor had called, said there was suspicious activity and unlicensed food service. The cop was this older white guy with a mustache. He walked straight to my mom, didn't even look at me. "Ma'am, I'm going to need to see some identification." My mom showed him her green card and her driver's license. He studied them for way too long. "And you have a permit for this gathering?" She showed him the same paper. He nodded but kept asking questions. "Why is the music in Spanish? Are you playing it too loud? Have you inspected this food? Where did you get it?" My mom tried to explain, but her voice was shaking. She pointed at me. "Is my son's birthday. I cook everything clean, everything safe." He looked at the cake, at the tamales and rice she'd made, at the fruit she'd cut up that morning. "I'm going to have to give you a warning about unsanitary food practices. Next time you need proper documentation." There was no next time. I watched my mom's face just collapse. She nodded at the cop and whispered, "Okay, okay." By then, only 3 kids were left. They were eating cake at a table, not really talking. Their parents were standing far away checking their phones. My mom started packing everything up. Her hands were shaking. She wrapped the cake back in the box. Most of it was untouched. She untied the balloons one by one. I helped her carry everything to our car. The clown had already left. We didn't even get to break the piñata. On the drive home, she kept saying, "Lo siento, mi amor. Lo siento. I'm sorry, my love." Over and over. I told her it was okay, but I was lying. It wasn't okay. She'd worked so hard, saved all that money, and these people treated us like we were dirty, like we didn't belong. I never had another birthday party after that. Not because we couldn't afford it. When I turned 11, my mom asked if I wanted one. I said no. I didn't want to see that look on her face again. I didn't want her to feel small like that in front of strangers.